All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Jennifer Sandoval. I'm a doula, a birth doula, as well as a doTERRA wellness advocate. I started as a doTERRA wellness advocate before I was a doula. I have a beautiful family with these two beautiful boys here. Both of them were born naturally. Just to let you know, I was terrified. I was terrified of childbirth. And with my first son, we did Blissborn, which is a form of birth hypnosis, which I highly recommend for everyone. That can also help with starting labor naturally. So if you are at the early stages of pregnancy or somewhere in the middle, I would highly recommend looking into birth hypnosis. If you're at the end, you can still look into it, but you do need to kind of train for it, something that you do some brain training for. But those skills that you learn with that can also help with starting labor naturally. I want to focus today on how to start labor naturally with essential oils. So I'm going to be showing you some application methods and some specific oils that you can be using to get labor started. So these two beautiful boys, the first one, my oldest, Dominic, on the right, he was born almost a week after his due date. So you can imagine, if you're a pregnant mom, you know I was totally done being pregnant. I felt huge. I was uncomfortable. So, and he was a pre-oil life baby. So we weren't really using essential oils like we are today when I was pregnant with him. Baby number 2, Braden, on the left-hand side, he is about 1.5 years old, and I was determined to not have him late. So I talked to my midwives. I was teaching essential oil classes at the birth center at that point. They did a non-stress test and made sure it was good for me to induce, and I was able to induce him to come 3 days early from 0 dilation, no signs of labor, to having him 24 hours later. I guess a little bit longer than 24 hours, but still the next day having him after starting induction methods naturally. So let's get started. So before we continue, I need to tell you to always consult your healthcare provider. Definitely talk with your midwife, talk with your OB, and make sure that they are comfortable with you doing this. And they may not be comfortable with it, right? So depending on your pregnancy circumstances, they may not want you to induce your labor early. But if you have been cleared to do so, like I said, they may need to do a non-stress test to make sure that it's okay to induce before your due date. But definitely give these a try and keep your healthcare provider in the loop with what you are doing. They may not know, right? A lot of healthcare providers are not as familiar with essential oil approaches, but this webinar will help you feel comfortable in doing so and be able to help your doctor understand as well. I do want to encourage everyone to allow your babies to stay in as long as possible, right? Full term, oftentimes I think of it as 37 weeks, but full term, your due date is actually at 40 weeks. So if you allow your baby to stay in there as long as possible, they will be healthier. They need that lung development. They need all those body system developments to be healthier on the outside. So don't try any of these if you're before 37 weeks of pregnancy, and make sure that you are getting prior approval from your healthcare provider if you are intending to induce labor before your due date. The last few weeks of pregnancy is usually uncomfortable for everyone. All women are tired of being pregnant. When you get to that 37, 38, 39, 40 weeks of pregnancy, you are usually pretty uncomfortable and ready to have that baby. So enjoy those last few days before your baby arrives. If you don't have any children yet, really enjoy that time to spend with your partner. And if you do have children already, spend those last few days really focused on your existing children and giving them love and getting ready to welcome that baby. Just be patient. your baby will arrive at the perfect time. At the perfect time. That's when your baby will come. So don't stress about that at all. As you continue, as we talk about this, just keep in mind that you can use these induction methods to help your baby come at the perfect time. Don't rush it. The stress will slow down the process. Okay, so number one, let's start with something that everybody wants, right? A massage. So many massage therapists offer induction massages. So you can schedule an induction massage. Again, it should be after 37 weeks. Let your doctor know that you're doing that. You can get an induction massage and bring your oils with you for the massage therapist to use. Even outside of induction massages or prenatal massages, I love bringing oils to the massage therapist, and they usually thank me afterwards. They love them. And many of the people I go to already use doTERRA, and I love that. Make sure that you are only using doTERRA essential oils on your body or ingesting or any way. Only be using doTERRA essential oils, especially during pregnancy and labor. And then postpartum and on your newborn. You do not want synthetic anything, right? We do not want any kind of synthetics going into our skin. You really want to avoid those toxins, especially for baby, right? The umbilical cord has been found to have over 200 toxins being delivered to baby already. So I highly encourage everyone to start detoxing your life in so many ways before baby is born and continue that journey afterwards. But essential oils are not exempt from toxins. So make sure that you are using doTERRA so that you're only using the best and the purest essential oils in the world, and you will get the best results from these as well. I did not start my essential oil journey with doTERRA. I started with other brands, and they thought they were fine, thought they were great, and then switched to doTERRA and was blown away at how much more effective these essential oils are, and how I didn't have to use as much to get the results that I wanted. So let's look at these two, okay? Clary sage and rosemary. They can be used all over the body, and they're really great for the skin. So these are perfect to bring to an induction massage and have her use those anywhere on your body. They also support the start of labor to really get things moving and have really effective contractions once labor starts. So clary sage and rosemary are two oils that you can use to bring on labor. Let's talk about acupressure, right? So some of the induction massage therapists, they do use acupressure, but I'm going to tell you some things that you can do at home as well with acupressure. So I'll tell you the points in a little bit, but you can use any of these oils on those acupressure points. So clary sage and rosemary again, and then cinnamon and clove are also great for starting labor. So you may recognize these oils as no-no oils, right? During pregnancy, I advise not to use these oils because they can induce labor. So if you ever see warnings against using these during pregnancy, it is because we don't want to have preterm labor, right? But for this purpose of inducing labor, now go for it. We're totally able to use clary sage, cinnamon, rosemary, and clove because now we want that baby to come out. You are ready. So that's who this webinar is for, is just for people who are ready for a baby to arrive. All right. So those acupressure points. Here on your hand, you may recognize this spot. If you have migraines, this is a very useful spot. It's often called the valley. Oops. So right in your hand, find that now. If you can just open your hand to that kind of meaty, fleshy part in the middle, this is a good place to practice finding acupressure points and knowing what it feels like to have an acupressure point activated. Okay, so kind of feel around, roll your thumb in that area, and you can pinch behind with your other finger, kind of pinch that area and give pressure. As you roll, you will feel boop, that kind of zing. You get that zing point. That's the acupressure point. Okay, so you can be doing that on yourself, or you can have someone give you an aroma touch hand massage and focus on that area as well. The feet, the bottom of the foot here, right below the ball of the foot, towards the center of the foot, this acupressure point can also be activated. So a lot of times they'll say to avoid getting pedicures or foot massages during pregnancy. This is why, right? They say you can start labor. This is why. There's other points on the foot, but this is one of the primary ones that they would say to avoid, and they don't want someone accidentally activating that acupressure point. However, again, we're inducing labor, so go for it, right? Definitely use these points. And it's a great excuse to ask your partner to give you a foot rub. Oh my goodness, women, if you are not getting rub downs from your partner regularly during pregnancy, let them know they should be. Let them know that you need that. So this acupressure point, again, use the rosemary and the clove and cinnamon. Clove and cinnamon would feel very good on your feet. They'll have a warming effect. Whenever you're using cinnamon or clove, those are hot oils. So make sure that you are diluting them with fractionated coconut oil or your favorite carrier oil. I do prefer fractionated coconut oil because it is the most efficient way to get the essential oils into your system. It's very light, it's not greasy, nothing stays on the surface, it's all absorbed into the skin and therefore into your bloodstream. So bottom of the foot, that location right there, again, have someone rub that bottom of your foot, or you can try and find it yourself if you're at the point where you can reach that. And again, feel for that zing, that acupressure point. Do little circles with your thumb until you're able to find that. The next one up here on the inside of the calf, this spot, you want to find your ankle bone. Okay, so your ankle bone, and this is a good one, another partners or doula, anyone can do this for you, but you're on your ankle bone, find that, and then put four fingers above that, so basically a flat palm above that, will take you to your next acupressure point. It's right in between, let's see, I got to do it on myself to really get that. You're going to go slightly behind the heel, and you're going to feel there's kind of a fleshy area, right? It starts to get, there's just kind of this soft spot in there, and feel around for that zing, right? Zing, there it is. When you feel that, have your partner or doula rub gently there. Okay, acupressure points are not about digging in. They're not about pushing really, really hard on those spots. Just give that spot extra attention and consistent, gentle pressure. If it hurts, don't do it. If it feels like a zing, if it feels like something activated, that's good. But if it's hurting, ask that person to be a little bit more gentle. Actually, let me go back. When we're using any of the oils, by the way, I think I wrote it on the last slide. Nope, but important note here, be generous with these, okay? So I know I've said a lot in the pregnancy group to make sure that you're diluting all the oils before you use them. However, if you are trying to induce labor, you're going to be using, 2 or 3 drops of each of these oils when you're using them, and you don't need to dilute them. Unless you're doing clove or cinnamon, you can add a little bit of carrier oil so it doesn't have that hot burning sensation. But you're going to use several of these, okay? So don't expect for 1 drop of clary sage for the day to induce your labor. No, you're going to be using several drops steadily, so every hour. The next way that you can induce labor is through nipple stimulation and breast pumping. So I would advise to apply several drops of clary sage or clary calm to the breast every hour. So just seriously rub that right on. It's great for your skin. And the clary sage and the clary calm are actually great for supporting your milk supply. So you're going to continue to use those after you deliver your baby. They also help with hormones, but bringing that milk supply in and supporting your milk supply throughout the postpartum period and throughout, nursing your child. Whenever you need a bump up in your whenever you need a boost to your milk supply, you can use the clary sage or clary calm. So rub that all over the breast. Use a little bit of carrier oil so it absorbs. Carrier oil is going to help get it into your breast, into your bloodstream, so it's working there. And you can begin nipple stimulation manually, although it's usually not as effective, but you can start there, or try a nipple averter. This is, or a latch assist is sometimes what it's called. This is just a little bit easier than a full breast pump. But breast pumping is a super effective way to get the contractions going. Helps them to be really consistent as long as you're pumping, but really your body will kind of trigger in and just start its own rhythm. It's like, oh, we're doing contractions now. Oh, we are pumping the breast. That must mean that a baby needs milk. So here we go. Let's start labor. And that's going to really help get things started, especially with that clary sage or that clary calm. Also activating your hormones, activating your breast that, hey, a baby is coming. Milk needs to be produced. Let's get this baby out so that we can feed the baby, right? Breast pumping releases oxytocin, which is one of your natural happy hormones. And hospitals typically use Pitocin, which is a synthetic form. So breast pumping releases a lot of oxytocin and can help you avoid Pitocin, which often leads to harder labor. So if you're not aware of that, Pitocin is what's usually used to induce, but it is, since it's synthetic and it's not working with your body naturally, it's often rough. If you've had a Pitocin labor, naturally, I'm sure that you remember the intensity of those Pitocin contractions. They're very intense. They're forced on your body. So if we can try and do things naturally with natural hormones, that is beneficial because it will lead to less birth interventions in the long run. A lot of women start with Pitocin to get things started, and it ends up being a domino effect of, well, the Pitocin is making these contractions too intense, so now I want an epidural, and now labor is slowed down, and now whatever, ending up in a C-section. So I'm very big on natural labor, and these are some of the ways to really start that. So you may not feel like doing this next one, but sex is a wonderful way to get the hormones going for sex, right? Or I did write that, going for sex, going for labor. So sex is a wonderful way to get your hormones going for birth and labor. And if you're really not feeling in the mood, ask your partner to give you a massage using some clary sage and cinnamon. Use that fractionated coconut oil so it absorbs nicely into your skin and it's a nice smooth massage. But cinnamon will encourage your sexual feelings. So that not only will help you get into the mood, but it can help bring on your contractions. It is a hot oil, so again, use that fractionated coconut oil when applying cinnamon to the skin. Clary sage can also help get the contractions started and support your milk production, as we already talked about. And you can also ask your partner to gently massage your breast and stimulate your nipples using that clary sage. So, support and resources for essential oils. That was it, right, guys? That was a pretty short webinar. You can definitely, I will send this out to everyone who registered. But right now, get an enrollment kit and get some free supplements. The doTERRA Lifelong Vitality Pack is my top recommended prenatal vitamin, as well as just everyday supplement regimen for anyone. It's the quality of these supplements is amazing. So right now I can help you to get that for free. You can register yourself on my website, www.mydoterra.com/live-well-live-free. That will take you directly to my website. You can click join and save, click on an enrollment kit that you'd like, and you will be added to my team, and then I will send you a great set of emails that's really going to help you feel solid getting started. I'll also add you to our private members-only Facebook group, which has a lot of exclusive resources and information constantly going out. You can also like me on Facebook, Jennifer Sandoval, Live Well, Live Free. I do post on that page often, lots of different tips for essential oil use, and you can contact me through Facebook. You can also set up a time with me. So I'm in love with Calendly right now. It's really helping me organize my appointment. So you can schedule yourself for an appointment with me at www.calendly.com/live well, live free. There's a couple options on there. If you're interested in having me as a doula, you can click for the doula interview, and you can schedule a time that works for you for being your doula and deciding if that's something that you would like to hire me for. So that would be just for the Albuquerque area. I can only be a doula for the Albuquerque area right now. Or if you just want like a doula to advise you in prenatal, we can do that virtually. But there's also a link on there for just a quick question or a new member introduction. So if you join on mydoterra.com/live well, live free, then let's set up a 60-minute new member introduction where we'll get really in depth with what you want to do and exactly how to utilize your doTERRA lifestyle. Or if you just have a quick question or you want to find out a little bit more about what it is to have a doTERRA membership, it's super easy. Oh my gosh, it's the best thing ever. Then schedule that 15-minute quick question call with me, and we can talk at a time that works for you. I love Calendly because you decide the time that works for you, and it syncs up into both of our calendars. We both get reminders and links and everything that we need to have that great conversation. So I am here for you to support you if you're part of my pregnancy, birth, and postpartum group. Thank you for being here. I'm grateful that I'm able to share this information and support you on your journey of natural childbirth. I am also grateful for everyone who's on my team and all my doula clients as well. It's a blessing to be able to serve in this way. And so I'm so glad that I was able to share this information with you. If you have any questions, please shoot me an email. You should have already received an email, several emails reminding you for this event. And you can email me back at that address or contact me through my Facebook page or on Calendly. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Good luck in all of your labors, your everything. Good luck with everything. I know it's going to be wonderful. Your baby will arrive at the perfect time. Remember that. My baby is coming at the perfect time. And so it is. Have a great day, everyone.